Bowser's Inside story is peak comfort and peak cinema. After playing it for the first time ever, I totally get why you worship this freaking game. From making Bowser into a funny protagonist, to the emotional story and music, and having a chip on Luigi's shoulder, Alpha Dream truly outdid themselves. And the crazy part is that there's still a lot more Monsieur for me to unpack here. So, what comfy surprises can we find inside Bowser's BEEG body? Take it away, Mario Bros.
Let's go!
Okie dokie.
To start, playing as Bowser himself is a sweet treat for the Bowser stans. In combat, he's so freaking strong, with his iconic Sucker Punch, Flame Breath, and of course, the Power Vacuum. I love the dynamic between him and the Bros. Switching between his ragtag adventures and the Bros swimming around in his intestines is fun. Plus, Mario and Luigi get to mingle with his funny bone, and he has no idea who Chippy even is. I also adore Bowser's relationship with his minions. The Goombas and Shy Guys rejoice when he breaks them out of jail, and the Koopas praise him for making an entrance. The interactions can even be kind of funny, as seen with Pajama Goom, Sandbucket Turtle, and Mr. Green Guy. Heck, the Magic Koopas even compete to see who can amaze him the most. Aw, that's too sweet. While Bowser may scold them at times, he always goes the extra mile to protect and value his minions. And yes, he does get stabbed in the back, but we don't talk about that, okay? Bowser's underlings are also able to prove themselves on the battlefield. The Goomba Storm is a simple yet fiery way to take down enemies, and when paired up with Bowser's Rage, they finish the job instantly. I also love how Bowser curls up into a spiky ball for the Shy Guy and Koopa attacks, like playing Angry Birds and Shell Soccer. The Bob-omb Blitz isn't quite as fun, but their explosive power is still a treat. But my favorite attack would definitely be the Magic Koopa Mob, because spraying magic is cool, you know? If it wasn't already blatant enough, Bowser has an incredibly entertaining persona. His one-liners could literally fill up an entire dictionary. He has hilarious nicknames for all of his foes, like calling Luigi Greenstash and the piglet Mr. Ice Guy. And as for Fawful, buddy, you're a nuisance super tanker! And who can forget, awesome! I'm so awesome! Man, Bowser is the GOAT, and we've only just started scratching the surface. On the flip side, Mario and Luigi are back with their brotherly antics and with even more wholesomeness. Their brotherly bond is on full display throughout the game, especially during their tearful hugs. Any loving family member would beg to be hugged like that. It makes each reunion between them feel all the more emotional and heartwarming. And may I add that the gibberish is even better in this game? Furthermore, Mario and Luigi always have each other's backs. They're willing to venture deep inside Bowser's body and take on such bizarre creatures. And when one of them gets KO'd in battle, the other screams like a scaredy cat. But although Luigi tends to get swallowed and mocked constantly, he always overcomes his fears. Mario is right by his side to save him from the bullies, and they're able to rise the ranks together after winning. That's sibling love at its finest. And of course, the Mario Bros are here to shine with their Bros attacks. There's the usual suspects of Green Shell Soccer and Fire Go Lucky, but the new ones take the goofiness to the next level. The jump helmet basically feels like Super Trampoline mode. The Yoo-Hoo Cannon gives off both DK and Wrecking Ball vibes simultaneously, and it feels so rewarding. The Super Bouncer is a wet dream for Bouncy Ball fans, and reminds me of Lemmy himself. Don't get me started on Snack Basket. Mario yeets the donuts, Luigi overfills, and BEEG Luigi flattens them all into pancakes. Oh, and Magic Windows is like portal hopping at its best. I've wrecked many tough bosses by doing this, and this is my favorite one out of them all. Every Bros attack shows just how Super Saiyan Mario and Luigi have become. But that's not all. The blue shell makes an appearance, and while using it in New Super Mario Bros. Is a blast, this is just as cool. The pea balloon makes a comeback too, which is a nice treat for all the Super Mario World fans. Of course, we can't talk about Bowser's Inside Story without mentioning Starlow. More like Saslow, am I right? She's one of the most polarizing yet adorable characters in the Mario and Luigi series. And before you say, "Boo-hoo, she's such a big meanie to Luigi," I get it. She may not be perfect, but Starlow is still a comfort star to me. She's bossy, energetic, and is the brainy bookworm of the trio. Need help with a bros attack? Starlow to the rescue. Need help exploring a new area? Starlow to the rescue. Need saving from Bowser's flame breath? Why? Starlow to the rescue. And finally, need help with leaking Mario Kart 9? Why? Starlow to the rescue. But what really stands out is the hilarious chemistry between her and Bowser. Her nickname Chippy is too cute, and Bowser's cluelessness is priceless. He's just listening to some random girly voice to patch him up. And not only is she a fix-it Felix, she makes him become stronger than ever. Starlow also delivers some of her most iconic one-liners, like, "Hello, yellow!" Oh, and who can forget the part where she tells Bowser to go on a diet? Her laugh is like a cute little sister watching a prank unfold, and her "Yellow, goodbye!" is comedy gold. It's also awkward whenever she takes turns speaking with Toadbird. Whenever he talks, Starlow has to pretend she's sick, with so much sarcasm afloat. While some of Starlow's lines may be cruel, in other cases, her teasing is 100% justified. If there's one line that perfectly sums her up, it's this: "For now, you just need to sit still and act like an adult!" Dang, she isn't just sassing Bowser, she's straight up trying to parent him. I could go on, but you get the picture. She's comfy and deserves all the simping she can get. On the other hand, I definitely think Fawful's overrated. But I still gotta give kudos to him for keeping his charisma. He's a sadistic monster who acts so childish and charming, and that's why people adore him. He becomes a full-on celebrity in front of a hyped-up Koopa audience and orchestrates Bowser and Midbus's fight like a play. There's his signature, "I have chortles," and he literally pulls a Shulk by shouting, "Fawful is also feeling it." It's easy to loathe the cackling witch or the obnoxious X-Nauts, but Fawful is different. The little gremlin is cute, but he's tisk tisk tisk. Ew, fresh meat for the grinder. There's no escape. The only hope is the sweet relief of death. Make everything Fawful! The Emoglobins are probably the most underrated goofballs in the game. They have such energetic personalities and always spit out the facts. It's hilarious when they repeat Globin over and over during their speeches. They can also fully heal you and are there to save Bowser's life during an existential crisis. And who can forget the Bowser Brain Train, where you can ask all sorts of funny questions about the big guy. I just love the beef this Emoglobin has with Bowser. He literally just says he's me! And Bowser's like, "Me could mean anything, you dork!" He rants about his castle, the BEEG body state he's currently in, and it all feels like a funny Stephen Colbert interview. Aside from the usual suspects of the Mario Bros, Chippy, and the Bowser and Christ, Bowser's Inside Story has other comfort characters too. Reuniting with Peach after solving wacky puzzles and quizzes felt incredibly rewarding. I kept wondering where she was, and seeing her again brought so much joy. Not to mention how happy Mario and Luigi looked to see her again. Toadsworth is still the nice old grandpa, and actually enjoys vacationing inside Bowser's body. My favorite moment of his is when he makes a full recovery and gives Mario and Luigi some groundbreaking advice. Meanwhile, Toadbird is as wonky as ever, with his iconic catchphrase, "Bye, boogity!" He knows Bowser inside and out, and his running gag of falling off never gets old. Then there's Dr. Toadley, who turns out to be a genie of all things. Imagine learning about your sickness well in advance and gaining magical strength to overcome it. Every doctor should be like this. And Toad Town has plenty of adorable girl shrooms. Well, except for Toadette, that is. But if I had to pick a comfort moment that sticks out like a swole thumb, it would definitely be Toadsworth and Toadbird having a tea party. It's like a grandpa bonding with his son. The game even encourages you to take a tea break yourself, and I did just that. But now, it's time for some laughs. Bowser, being the hilarious stand-up comedian, is funnier than ever. Him getting stuck in the floor was an instant callback to the infamous Toll Star canon in Superstar Saga. And don't get me started on Starlow's teasing. She cackles like a witch at Bowser's conundrum, mocks him with her diet comment, and the iconic yellow goodbye. Mario and Luigi also shine with a lot of humor. The former is portrayed as a tough Optimus Prime, while the latter is funny, relatable, and anxious. Just look at the game's opening. While everyone else is dealing with an urgent meeting and Mario is spouting his usual gibberish, Luigi is literally snoozing in his dreams. Even when Bowser angrily storms in and Mario beats him one-on-one, Luigi still continues snoring. It took Bowser inhaling absolutely everything for him to finally wake up. Frankly, Luigi is so relatable to anyone who's too sleepy to do anything. Later on, the search for the three sages is just as humorous. Catching Wisdom feels like a cat and mouse chase, and she literally smooches Luigi's you-know-what. Luigi even tries to tickle Chakron, and it takes a literal donut bro to make him snap out of it. God, the two bros never fail to impress me. Even side characters bring their comedy to the show. Lo and behold, Brock Monsieur. He's always there to help Bowser, gives him valuable stuff, and is so entertaining with his goofy French accent. Ah, Monsieur Tatzelbits, thanks for the help. It's also really adorable seeing his pet Broggy. Meanwhile, his ex-GF, Brooke Madame, is just as entertaining. Her flirty personality added on top of the French humor makes everything feel charming. And Bowser ordering his troops to give her a massage is so weird, yet so kind. Even the villains can be gentlemen at times. The game's humor also extends to the boss fights themselves, like the Bowser vs. Midbus fight. For one, it takes place on stage, with an audience of cheering minions. He even says, "Keep those cheers coming," which is typical Bowser behavior. Secondly, it's a heavyweights battle royale. The fight is super easy, with the audience tossing cake and coins directly into Bowser's mouth. I also love the satisfaction of using Goomba Storm, punching Midbus in the guts, and hurting him with the spiked shell to prove Bowser is the better heavy. He wants to be the villain, with no others stealing his thunder. But perhaps my favorite comedy gold moment in the game is when Mario and Luigi get diagnosed with Bowseritis. Did someone page me? Dr. Totally becoming like Phoenix Wright is one thing, but the best part is how Bowser himself casually barges in. A pox? You're a pox! God, you can't get enough of Bowseritis and the contagious jokes it infects people with. He later eavesdrops on Mario and Luigi and tries to beat them to the Star Cures, and when he's out there searching, he gets called Mr. Violent Face Puncher. Taking something from the TTYD playbook, I see. The Bowser's Inside Story OST is leagues ahead of its time. For example, the music alone fills me with so much joy and adrenaline when battling enemies. And the cherry on top is when Mario and Luigi say, "Let's go! Okie dokie!" The boss themes are also epic, with Tough Guy Alert being one of my catchy favorites. It perfectly captures Bowser's brawny and fighting nature and gets your body ready. The game's carefree music stands out too. Have a Nice Talk is perfect for a reception desk and makes every conversation with Brooke Monsieur and the minions feel extra special. Similarly, Grasslands, Meet in the Mysterious Forest, and Dimble Woods are all themes that turn tedious exploration to being ready for adventure. I always crack a smile whenever I stomp around with Bowser in the overworld. Even being in Bowser's body can feel so soothing. Guess Toadsworth wasn't lying when he said it's a good vacation hotspot. The happiest melody in the game has to be Toad Town. It feels like a joyful contrast to all the gloom and darkness we've been going through. And who can forget playing hide and seek with the silly little Goober Toad? He's so adorable. Everything feels grand and lavish, and the best part of all is getting a foot massage. I can imagine Toda and Daisy, being the shopping buds that they are, going absolutely cray-cray here. Frankly, the music in BIS truly stands out as some of the best in the Mario franchise. But as comforting as all of these themes are, they pale in comparison to the greatest melody in the entire game. And isn't it awesome to play minigames inside Bowser's body? The Wiggler carrot eating minigame may be challenging, but it feels like Tetris all over. Igniting Bowser's adrenaline with shooter-style mechanics makes reviving him feel even better. I also love Mario and Luigi bouncing like a frog to activate Bowser's organs and make him drill faster. The calm music during the passcode puzzle is such a relaxing way to put all the pieces together. And the part where Bowser pushes the Fawful statue against his own minions feels straight out of Mario Party Tug-O-War. Oh, and fighting in the boss arena is like taking a trip down memory lane. In short, Alpha Dream took the arcade classics we all like to play and injected it into Bowser's blood vessels for us to enjoy. I love how relatable Bowser's inside story can be. Bowser constantly experiences stomach aches, arm pain, funny bone shenanigans, and even hears his subconscious. He hates veggies and savors meat, and I'm sure all of us can say the same. And the pain Bowser feels when a bug is loose in his arteries? That's gotta sting. The game even teaches a moral about how unhealthy habits lead to obesity. I just knew Bowser eating all of those dishes, fast food, and luxurious dinners was gonna end badly. And I feel this too. Whenever I chew on a delicious burger or chew on a delicious pancake, I also end up feeling full as heck. But it's not all solely about portraying health in a negative light. I recently started working out at the gym again, and Bowser running on the treadmill hits home for me. I especially feel the burn in this scene, especially when he runs into the pile of bob-ombs and blows himself up. And this is all in addition to several other moments throughout the game that involve him becoming more spiky, his limbs growing stronger, and getting the chance to flex those Koopa muscles. I'd be willing to bet that you learn more about biology exploring Bowser's body compared to an hour-long lecture at school. But no matter what, Bowser himself will forever be the most badass, the most brilliant, and the biggest comfort hero in this entire story. This might sound insane, given that Bowser has kidnapped my favorite princess time and time again. So why would he be the good guy, let alone the comfort character? Well, after spending all of Superstar Saga being sidelined, it feels like poetic justice seeing him as the good guy for once. Bowser's strength and determination are unmatched. He's able to fight the toughest of foes and do whatever it takes to show he's a superstar. In particular, the iconic scene where Bowser lifted his own castle and grew to the size of freaking Godzilla was epic cinema. It felt emotionally powerful seeing him regain the strength to come back stronger and more powerful than ever. It reminds me of New Super Mario Bros. Wii, where you send Bowser falling into the abyss, only for him to come back during the final act. Each of the giant Bowser fights show him at his absolute peak. He's always there to teach people a lesson for crossing him, and I love it. He even fights Peach's castle itself, which couldn't be more awesome. And whether it's breathing fire or Giga punching in the face, every attack feels so satisfying to land. Even when hard-pressed against annoying bosses, BEEG Bowser still comes out ahead. Case in point, never mess with Bowser. I also love how he's super resilient and actually becomes the one to rescue Peach. It's a true reversal of fortunes after kidnapping her every Sunday. Sure, Bowser wants the princess for himself, but he loathes other villains who try to copy him. Oh, and Fawful? Despite being an annoying pest, he was easy peasy. It felt so good to teach that little green gremlin a lesson. Heck, Bowser himself even admits how much of a weakling they all are. Castle, tower, whatever. I'll pummel anything. And all of this comes to a head when we fight Dark Bowser. Oh my god. This is quite possibly the best final battle in the Mario and Luigi series. Yes, it's even better than Mario Galaxy. Even better than Smash Brawl. Even better than New Soup Wii. This is more than just an ordinary finale. It's where Mario, Luigi, Starlow, and Bowser all join forces together against ultimate evil. Despite all the chaos and mayhem Bowser causes, it's so heartwarming to see everyone rallying around him. And the orchestral music? It gives me so many goosebumps to the point where it makes me faint. I also love the phenomenal level of teamwork on display. Even when getting meteors, flames, and so much of his own army stampeding towards him, Bowser pushes through. Meanwhile, Mario and Luigi are inside battling Spider Fawful, pummeling and squishing him with everything they have. Not to mention how they're all fighting in unison to save Peach and overcome pure evil. Bowser may be a baddie, but he still has a bit of good in him. And as the fight ends, Bowser's triumphant grin and him repeatedly punching and KOing Dark Bowser completely breaks the scale for how awesome it is. I think Bowser's own words sum it up best. Hey, you just acted like me. That doesn't mean you are me. You're no match for the real deal, original Bowser. You lost. After such an emotional roller coaster, who wouldn't want a comfy ending? Mario and Luigi's happy reunion with Peach is so wholesome after everything they've been through. Toadsworth is just as joyful, and who can blame him? Peach has endured so much torment, and even I am relieved to see that she is alright. The Peach's Castle remix adds even more triumph and relief to their victory. It's also adorable how Starlow jokingly refers to herself as one of Bowser's minions. It feels so fitting that after all this time, she finally gets to fulfill that promise of joining the Koopa King. Of course, Bowser gets all disgusted and goes totally ballistic when he realizes what's been going on inside his body. But his over-the-top reaction to Chippy's true identity is classic Bowser for ya. The photo montage of him fighting Mario and Luigi is also a masterpiece. It feels like it came right out of an anime, so to speak. But did Bowser really expect anything else besides a neat little Koopa whopping? I mean, Mario and Luigi took down a literal supervillain. Never underestimate the bros. They're just that OP, you know? The rest of the credits are just as comfy. The gang looks so happy together, and Bowser literally gets baby-fed like the good old days. And we even have post-credits scenes. Woohoo! At least Bowser manages to forgive the minions who backstabbed him, which is even more cool character growth. And Starlow's all like, tee! What an adorable giggle. And Peach shows off her sweetness by baking Bowser a cake. It's such a wholesome callback to the birthday cake from Super Mario 64. And it shows how forgiving she is, even to her kidnappers. In the end, Bowser's Inside Story is nothing short of the Super Bowser Super Show. Every moment, from the characters to the battles to the humor, builds up to such a brilliant finale. And after 14 pages of a long, detailed script, I'll leave it to Starlow herself. Yellow, goodbye!